Who's ready for an adventure? Good morning. It's a cold night last night. Mosquitoes were not bad at all. In fact, they were pretty good. This morning was very cool and very misty, and now the mist is blown off, and it's a beautiful, cool morning still, but very calm and sunny. This is one of the rhizomes from my last harvest. Getting a little moldy. So this is after almost 2 weeks. I don't know whether, this is the only one I've seen that's like that, so I don't know whether it was a little wet or what, but it's good that I'm getting to the bottom of that batch. I should be done them by today or tomorrow, and then the new batch will be all set to go. A beautiful sunny morning so far. Nice and flat, calm, starting to warm up. Found the that's embarrassing. Found the mist blew through my shelter this morning, and got all of the clothes that I was hanging up on the ridgeline just completely soaked. I've hung those out to dry, and this sun should do the trick fairly quickly. I need to do the same thing with my my sleeping bag when I get back. I didn't want to put it out while I was gone, because I'm going to fish, then walk Roy, and perhaps fish again, and then clean the pike from yesterday. And if it rained in that time, then I didn't want to risk my sleeping bag getting wet. But I'm going to wait until I get back before I do that. Caught one decent sized perch to go with my pike. Fishing when it's calm and sunny like this. You can see down in the water, see the depth, the weed cover, bottom structure. Really lets you get a feel for the habitat and a good idea of where the fish might be. Got a bit of a breeze picking up though, so that might come to an end pretty soon. One of the reasons I love fishing in the morning. It's very calm, quiet, peaceful. Fish are usually biting. A lot of the time there's wildlife out and active. It's nice. Haven't seen a moose in a few days. Until now, I'd been seeing them pretty much every other day. Maybe it's because I haven't been getting up as early. Or it could be something to do with the progressing seasons. pike here. Another feisty pike here. Decent size. I'm bringing over this side so it doesn't get caught in my stringer. This is definitely going to mark the end of my fishing. If I can land this one. Hand on the caudal peduncle here. Oh, slimy bastard. Yes, a lot of pike in these waters. In to hunt the perch. It can be quite hard to land these guys without a net. Especially when they're so full of piss. Come on back here. I have plans for you. Plans that you will not like. So yeah, this will be more than enough food to get me through the next couple days. I'm probably gonna gorge myself all day on pike if I can land this guy. There we go. Not a bad fish. So that will definitely do it for me for fishing for the next day and a half. Beauty. What do you think, Roy? Does not care. Oh, there's a couple squirrels. Roy, come here. Hey, Roy, come here. Don't chase those. Good boy. One of Roy's vices, and I suppose that's natural for all dogs, is chasing small animals. But I've tried to make him a hunting dog, and I don't want him running in front when I am going to shoot something. Understandably, I would say. A couple fresh sets of moose tracks here. Smaller one and a larger set, so that must be a cow and a calf. And those are fresh as of either last night or this morning. So they weren't there when I did my walk last night. Found another mushroom here. Could be mistaken, but I think I've found this kind before. I'm going to bring her back anyways and take another look. See if I can identify that. I'm just cooking myself up some fish for lunch right now, which is good because I haven't had a small breakfast, had a small dinner last night, and I'm feeling really tired and pretty weak. I'm actually feeling about as weak as I have in a while. Probably when it was hot and I wasn't eating all that much. But this should help quite a bit. I've got a nice fish fry going on, so I'm going to get a lot of that in me now. Have some for dinner, and then I would imagine there will be some left over for breakfast tomorrow, and that's going to be just what I need right now. Otherwise, it's a beautiful afternoon, so once I've had lunch, I think I'm going to roast up those rhizomes. I'll probably do some work on the birch bark food container, and just generally let things dry out, relax, and have a good day. A good day. It's going to be a great day. Now I've filleted these pike because I have an awful lot of meat, and I figured I wouldn't be able to eat it all otherwise. Also, the fillet method is nice in that it gets the bones out, so you don't have to worry about picking through every bite, taking out the little Y bones. I won't say these were pretty fillets. It's been a while since I filleted a pike, so they're a little bit of a hack job. But the downside of the fillet with the cooking the method that I'm doing here is that the meat side gets a little bit sooty when you cook it face down. The way that I have been cooking it with skin on both sides takes longer, but it does, the skin takes all the abuse. So it blackens, it burns, it gets dirty, but then you just peel it off and there's nice white flaky meat inside. So like I said, there's an upside and a downside to each method. This time I'm doing the fillet for the sake of quantity and quality. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense. I'm pretty hungry right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Roy's looking at me expectantly, wondering if he's going to get any scraps. He just might. So I just spent some time identifying the mushroom, or trying to anyways, and it's the same old story. Couldn't get a positive identification on it, so I'm not going to eat it. I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, so I think I'm going to save my energy, make like Roy over there behind me, and just lay down for a little bit and have a little nap. Just had a nice nap. Now it's time to get to work on those rhizomes. That means building a good fire. And building a good fire means that I need to gather a bit of firewood. It's not that hot today, and I'm pretty well fed. But I still feel a little wobbly-legged. Just taking things slowly. That just generally seems to be the way of it these days.
Before roasting the cattail rhizomes, I built up a large fire and then let it burn down to a bed of coals. This provides a steady source of heat which allows the rhizomes to cook more slowly and evenly. For this batch of rhizomes, I tried out a new system of cooking between two grills to allow them to be easily flipped.
Oh no! Tragedy.
It was a resounding success.
That was just not well done, now was it? These are the fallen soldiers. Going back on. Finish them off. Pull these off. Bring them over here to cool down. And get the fire ready for another batch. Let's try this again. Coals were dying down, so just added some more wood. I'm going to let that burn for a good few minutes. It'll burn down to coals, and then I'll add batch number 4, and I've probably got 2 more to go after that. So I've done 3, I think I'll probably have 6 in total, and that'll be a good supply of rhizomes for me. In the meantime, while I wait, I'm going to have some dinner of pike, and well, I've been sampling the rhizomes each time, make sure they're up to quality, and so far so good. So yeah, this is taking longer than expected, but that's to be expected. So I'll finish this off, go for an evening walk, and see what time it is at that point. If I can get this all done today, which I fully expect to, then I'll consider that to be a productive and successful day, and I'll have secured food for a couple weeks, I think. If I have protein and plant matter to go with these, they should last me about 2 weeks. Just about done batch number 4, and then 2 more smaller batches, and the roasting will be done. I'll be ready to eat. And here is the last of them, all done. Just gonna do a little quality control on that last batch. There we go, there's the starchy core. Not bad. Smoke. It's been a long day, but productive. It's a good day in my books. Well fed, accomplished enough to keep me fed for a little less than 2 weeks, I would say, where starch is concerned. And that brings me into early July. We're getting there, folks. So then that'll be 1, maybe 2 more harvests after that, and we're golden. So this is something I do. This is a 3-day process this time. I'm going to move over here where I'm not in the shadows. Yeah, 3-day process. So 1 day to harvest, and then I let them dry. Another day to process them, and then today is roasting. So it takes a while, but you don't have to do it all that often. And it seems like they last about 2 weeks after they've been roasted. So I'm going to pile these up once the last load's done, put some in a bag to take with me. I plan on breaking camp in a little bit, heading out somewhere else, seeing if I can find some different variety. I expect strawberries should be ripe around now, but there are none that I know of in this immediate area. So I'm going to strike out, see what I can find, see if I can find some other sources of protein. And I imagine I'll come back here, though. This is a pretty good setup. I've been keeping myself well fed,
And there's a lot to say about that. Roy keeps a vigilant watch in case of a walk. And it just so happens to be walk o'clock.
Well, I didn't plan on bringing any food back with me, though I did grab a couple logs. But an opportunity knocks, and you are in a survival situation. You must be the opportunist. And you collect that bullfrog for breakfast. Not a very big guy, but it's variety in my diet, which I need oh so sorely. It's a frog. There we go. It was not a terribly active day today. I find that I'm quite tired. Perhaps it's just enough that it was a long and warm day.
Another beautiful evening in Temagami. Roy grumbles his agreement.